Okay, cool. So I already actually did recording for this. Um, but even though the intro was, pretty okay for the most part, pretty good. um, me reading was not. It was incoherent. And the point of writing a script for this video is so that way when I say isn't incoherent and it's coherent speech, it's speech that is able to be understood. So it's 11:54. And I have time. So I'm going to now read out what I've said because, if we can't, oh my God, if we can't talk in a voice call or can't talk at the moment and you're okay with listening to a YouTube video, that's fine. So I'm going to try my best not to go off on side tangents because I wrote a script exactly to avoid that. Um, and I'm going to try my best to read through this. Side note, I might go off on a tangent because I did write this according to my notes at August 15th, 2023 at 9:02 p.m., which was just like 2 days ago, which means that I forgot about this for 2 days. Makes sense. 2, 3 days. Forgot. Okay. Okay, so I'm writing this prior to actually speaking with you, hopefully in a call. If not, that's okay too. I don't want to unintentionally make you feel guilty. That isn't going to be my intention, and I am going to try my hardest not to. Because if I did, that would suck on both ends. I want you to be honest with me, as honest as you can be, and as purely honest as possible. Because this is eating me up from the inside, and I hate it. Not a day goes by where I don't rethink everything I have said and have done, and what I could have done better. I want you to hear me, and if we can't call, that's okay, because I can make a video too. Will you ever talk to me again? I Oh my God, that's the question. Will you ever talk with me again? I want a clear answer on this. It doesn't have to be a straight yes or straight no or whatever, even though that may sound contradictory. It can be a maybe, a no, not yet for the time being, or whatever you want to say. Don't think about what I will feel, just think about yourself instead, because I just want pure honesty. And I kind of tend to get a tad bit annoyed when people aren't purely honest with me out of fear that they will hurt my feelings. I want the brute honest truth. Even if it left me in tears, I'd want the brute honest truth. Because I'm an emotional person and it's bound to happen. I also want to say sorry. I don't think I ever did say sorry. Because, as you already know, I have a poor memory, so I genuinely don't remember if I did, but I'm sorry for the flat rising thing. I didn't know that would happen, and I thought Asher wanted to play a fun game, not message you. I did make it very clear to him that you did not want to hear from him, that he hurt you badly, that he hurt everyone, and that what he had, and that he just had to accept what happened, what was done is done, to forgive himself for whatever he feels he needs to, for whatever part he thinks he played, and to try his best, even if hard as fuck. Just just move on. But he didn't listen, and for that I'm sorry. I'm sorry I decided to give him another chance, and I mean that genuinely. Because if I knew this would be the result of my kindness towards someone I thought it would help, I would have made sure to have blocked him everywhere and make sure it was everywhere. To make sure that he would know to never, ever text me again. But I didn't. I was being stupid. And for that, I genuinely apologize. I don't know my state while reading this, recording this, saying this, or whatever. But if I know me, I know I'm probably trying to hold it together right now, which surprisingly, I'm doing pretty okay. So, but thank you past me for looking out for future me. I know I probably wasn't always the best. You met me when I was 13, a dumb kid from who thought they were a quirky psycho yandere, a kid that wanted to be like the people they admired, maybe a bit too much, that wanted to be close to those I cared for in every way. And I know I probably said things I shouldn't have, done things I shouldn't have, and kept you up all night worrying when I shouldn't have. And I'm sorry about that, about all of that. Because if it did inconvenience you in any way, that wasn't my intention, and I am deeply sorry for it. You probably don't want to be hearing this right now. I don't expect a second chance. Though I won't lie, it would be nice, I don't expect one. Even if you consider a second chance for me, or don't, I swear on my life that unless it's an emergency that involves your safety, I will not be telling anyone any information regarding that game Obscura played, your socials, your usernames, or whatever. That will no longer be said, especially to those like Asher, under any circumstance, unless it involves an emergency where you need to be safe, which I doubt would happen. Knock on wood. So, yeah. Sorry if this was long. I apologize for any inconvenience towards you or Crow. Love you both, and I wish you guys the best. Keep creating awesome shit, you guys. Because you guys, what you do is amazing. And I'm glad I had some awesome people to look up to. That was about the end of my script. This ended up being like about a minute longer than when I originally recorded it. But I think I got it out pretty clearly. I do genuinely apologize, but I think you've heard enough sorries from me. And I'm gonna be honest, I think right now that you probably don't want to be hearing me talk. It's 7 minutes into the video, almost 8 minutes now. And you probably don't want to be hearing any of this. You probably just want to be over with it and not hear a single ounce of it ever again. And I don't blame you. Because I probably feel the same. I'm gonna be honest for a second. I didn't get the message that you wouldn't talk to me ever again if I talked to Asher again. Because if I knew that, oh, I probably wouldn't have tried hearing Asher out. Because I always, I always want to hear one side. I always want to hear everyone's side of the story. Even if the other person was clearly lunatic, I want to understand. Now, not everyone may think the same as me, and not everyone may think that hearing out all sides of the story is a good idea, or that they even should give the light of day to somebody else, but I always feel that they should. Because, or that at the least somebody should. Because you never know what happened on the other side. And it may turn out to be that on the other side, yeah, the whole time the person was being shitty, and now they're trying to either gaslight or manipulate you. And that can turn out to be the case. But maybe it's just dumb child me talking. But when I used to handle trauma situations on Amino that I really shouldn't have been trying to handle at all, but they involved my friends, so I did, I would always hear all sides of the story. I would get multiple accounts. I wouldn't just get one. And the reason I wouldn't just try to get one side is because it it just doesn't end well. I did one time decide that hearing the other side of the story wasn't worth it. That giving that side the light of day was not worth it. That ended in disaster. I learned that day that to switch my principles of hearing out the other side simply just because I felt that, and this obviously will not apply to everyone, not everyone has to be like me, but simply just because I felt that that other side didn't deserve the light of day to even speak, that it only led to just overall bad things. Now, to be fair, there were a lot of things at that time that I could have done better, but one of them was hearing out the other side instead of falsely just running with one story. And I falsely ran with one story, and I held on to that one story until I lost the trust of a friend. That friend had so much trust in me, and I lost practically all of it. So, to you and to Crow, the reason I try to get the other side of the story, even if it seems absolutely fucking pointless, is to just see all sides, to just make the right decision, to just know what on earth is going on. Because I've I never want what I did to that one friend to happen ever again. I never want that to repeat itself, and I never want that to be the case. And I also just want to understand. I want to understand what's going on. I want to understand all sides. Crow asked me something, and I never responded because I think I skimmed over it. Um, trying to look now actually for the question. Here was. Crow said this. However, if I can say one thing, this one thing I see, why talk to them for hours, like you said? I think what often makes me think it involves you is the large and, in my own opinion, unnecessary amount of time you put into people that don't deserve it. Why talk to someone you know is a jerk, even even if to see their side of things? Why? When often it will just lead to you or someone around you getting hurt by them. And I think I kind of just explained that, but just to skim over it again, because I never want to repeat the same mistakes I did. And I really do try not to get anyone else hurt, and I'm sorry if it ends that way, and it's never ever my intention. But to be honest, sometimes I just don't know what to do because I don't want others to get hurt. That is not my intention. I never want that to be what happens in the end as an end result. But it feels like if I don't hear the other side out, then there will be hurt regardless. Because when I didn't hear the other side out, there was pain. When I did, there was pain. So it feels like it doesn't matter if I do or not, honestly. But I feel just a bit better sometimes to be able to hear the other side instead of just hearing one and having to roll with that and be almost in the state of confusion. So, but yeah, this recording is way longer than it should have been, and yeah, again, I don't want to make anyone feel guilty with this recording. I went off script, which wasn't the plan. Um, I really do hope that you guys are doing well. I'd understand if you guys don't want to talk to me anymore. I really do, because I wouldn't want to talk to me anymore. You don't have to give me a second chance. I don't want you to feel like you have to give me a second chance. I hope you guys keep creating wonderful things, because you guys are truly an inspiration for me. And I couldn't ask for anyone else better to look up to. So thank you for everything. I'm gonna end this recording now.